Babe, why are you doing this?
I must do it for the fandom.
But don't you realize the ruin this could cause?
Yes, but I shall endure.
Your followers won't. The fandom won't.
Risks are needed to be taken, babe, so that others can flourish from the lessons learned. And I shall be the one to make that decision.
Even at the cost of everyone else that you hold dear?
It must be done.
Oh, come on. Why are you two getting so dramatic over this? They're just a bunch of harmless questions.
Can you please do me a favor and shut the hell up?
But you were literally just sitting there the entire time, sorting them out on the table close to you on the counter. I can hear everything that you were saying. I mean, they didn't sound all that bad.
Jeez, Deckard wasn't kidding when he said that you had the emotional range of a spoon. Are you sure he doesn't need help?
Babe, trying to understand the inner workings of Frigid's mind is like trying to eat soup with a fork. Besides, I said I'd do this, and I'm a pony on my word.
Well, only as long as you're going to do this no matter what input I have. Then, by all means, begin.
I'll call you when the couple questions are brought up.
So, why did you skip my question about putting shoes on a manicore?
Out in the street, they call it murder!
Hello there, my friends, I'm the editor, and welcome to my 2,000 subscriber milestone Q&A answer video. How this has happened in such a short time frame, I have no idea, but I ain't complaining. And as usual, I have collected all the questions sent in to me by my loving audience in the fervent hope that I can keep you all entertained as I realise just how insane my fans truly are. So without you, none of this would have happened. Thank you all so much for your love and patience as my content comes out. As such, let's see what questions come my way this time. Let's begin. Okay, so first question comes from FreakCO. They say, did you have fun showing your special sun pony around the UK and your bedroom, if you know what I mean? Wink wink. Oh, believe me, my friend. I gave her a tour she wouldn't forget. Next up is New Controller 01. Have you ever heard of the sister show to Thomas and Friends, Tugs? I have heard of it, yes. If you're unfamiliar with it, they basically did the whole Cars spin-off, the thing that they did with planes. Except in this case, trains, it's boats. YT Storyteller. Given the opportunity, what do you release videos more often or once in a while? Okay, question to you now. Given the opportunity, do you think you can spell check and check your punctuation before posting a question? But to stop myself from being a complete grammar Nazi, I'm assuming you're trying to ask, would I prefer to release videos more often or once in a while? The answer to that is I release them when they're done. That's it. Honey Drop the Unicorn. How did you come up with the warp stone, and why did you pick the colour for you? And if they came in different colours, would they have different effects? Well, actually the idea of warpstone actually comes from the ability to channel into the realm of the warp. And the colour of them depends on who uses them. Like my indication to it is the colour green. My sister, Rosie Sievers, has pink as hers. And it really depends on matching the personality of who wields it. What's your Hogwarts house?
Gryffindor!
Paul K. Dragon. If we're going to do a collab on a video game review, what game do you have in mind? Well, that actually leads me into something interesting where I actually have two games that I want to try and review. These are games that are considered, by me at least, to be monumental. Not gonna say what they are just yet. It's a surprise. What do you plan on doing with the channel or the Secret Rift when MLP officially ends? When Gen 4 ends, there will be Gen 5. And another after that, and another after that. You can't just get rid of a franchise so easily because as much as the fandom shows how much they love the show, the realization is here is because it's a great influx of money for Hasbro. Right up there with Transformers in places. What is it that you love about the anime Hellsing? Also, any other animes you enjoy, and if so, what are they? Hellsing for me is just one of those gore-filled animes that even though there are only 10 episodes in the ultimate version of it, it keeps you hooked every moment you watch. I've seen the complete series dozens of times over and I will continue to watch it again and again. Also, the abridged version is just as entertaining. Super Saiyan Delucius. Can you please work in more Warhammer 40k references? I was a tad disappointed when you didn't compare Tyrek to Sindri or the Yaks to Orcs. Okay, there's a few things I need to address there. 1. Yes, it would be my pleasure to once I find more in the episodes I review. 2. To say that Tyrek is manipulative and cunningly sly when he's at the weakest stage, yes. It's similar and does sound like Sindri Mer a bit.
Once I've stripped these ponies of their magic, nothing would give me greater pleasure than to see their world turned upside down.
We've held up our side of the bargain, have we not? You wanted a new planet to wage war on. We have given it to you.
And 3. Just because the Yaks like to go around smashing things doesn't mean it's a good enough reason for me to think that they're orcs. Them declaring war out of the blue, yes, but in order for me to do that, I need to do this. Season the Wiccan. Is the orange named orange because it is orange? Or is the colour orange called orange because it is the colour of an orange? 𝐒𝐩𝐞𝐜𝐢𝐚𝐴. What the hell? What is the meaning of life?
42.
Since the Space Wolves are non-Codex compliant, does that mean they are heretics? Interesting question. But let me ask you this. Are the Black Templars heretics? Are the Flesh Tearers heretics? Or even, and this is the one that'll get you, are the Grey Knights heretics? Every single one of those chapters I mentioned do not adhere to the teachings of the Codex Astartes. And seeing as the last one I listed work for the Ordo Malleus Inquisition, that would be the definition of hypocrisy. Hydrazilla 98. Which episode of MLP do you feel had so much potential and wasted it? Jeez, you people are getting very analytical with your questions, aren't you? I love it. But to actually answer that question, Applejack's Day Off. I was expecting to see an episode about how she doesn't stop working like we've seen before, a workaholic. But instead we get an episode resulting in her not just being able to multitask and make life easier for herself. What a waste of time. Eric F. What magic did you use when you did that review with Blissey? P.S. I think my jaw went through the floor when I saw that. Warp magic, my friend. Isaria Roduglias. Do I have a theory? Yes. My theory is, could Zane Mitchell be, in fact, a giant asshole?
Oh, you suck!
Cloud Brony. Since you adore NSFW, will you be volunteering to be in Wooten's projects? Hey, if he asked, I wouldn't turn down an opportunity to help out my spaghetti pal. That one guy you know. Will you ever answer my question? In the end, it will never be answered. Then why do you keep asking then? Seriously, everyone right now, go back and look through every single Q&A I've made. He asks the same question on every video. If you want me to answer your question, ask me a question. Pat Rex 11. Did you have inspiration for aspects of your new design? If so, where did you get them from? Actually, the main reason my OC looks the way that it does now is because of mine and Crimson's 1 year anniversary at BronyCon. I wore an outfit similar to that as shown in the picture. It's supposed to symbolise the happiest moment of my time being a brony. Also, a little trivia for you. The main reason I got into the whole dark magic related stuff is because of John Constantine. So it's centered around him in a way. Nuntree 11. What would you do if you were stuck on an island populated by nothing but clones of people you hate? I would find a way to burn it down. If you could take 3 TV shows and combine them into one movie, which show would you pick? And what would it be about? And how long would it be? Let's go Black Butler, Hellsing Ultimate, and Goblin Slayer. The carnage would be tremendous. Royce Phelps, what is your favourite spell? I'd say the spell that allows me to jump from place to place is pretty handy. Shade Twilover 01. How did you feel about the Kieran from the episode A Kieran's Tale? Okay, first of all, it's called Sound of Silence. Also, I'm a sucker for mythology, and the fact that they actually went somewhere else rather than Greek or Roman mythology for once is a nice change. I mean, just think if they delve more into Asian mythology in the show. Maybe even Japanese folklore like, say, Oni. I would love to see something like that. Ripple Effect MLP. Editor, I know how much you love kids, so what is your favourite and or most heart-melting moment involving kids? Okay, full disclosure on this because in the current state of things, I need to make this clear. I am a child carer. I have the necessary qualifications and training for me to be a teacher to children in a nursery, and that has always been my career choice. Okay? Glad we got that sorted out. But to answer the question, I'd honestly say that seeing the joy in their faces are when I know that they're enjoying being in the lessons that I teach. If there was a civil war within the Imperium of Man between Codex compliant chapters, i.e. Ultramarines, and non-Codex compliant chapters, i.e. Space Wolves, who would you think would win? Come on, that's not even a decisive question. Space Wolves, obviously. Robert Who, your opinion on the new Doctor Who Season 11? I stopped watching after David Tennant left the show. It got boring after that. Railroad Million, do you like trains? Yeah, sure. I like trains. What video game console are you planning on getting? I play Xbox One and PC, and I care very little for anything else. Miles Cartoons. What has been your favourite vector pack you have made for everyone? Or your top 5? Ooh, that's an interesting question, but unfortunately I can't give you the answer, because where I do enjoy making every single vector set that I have so far, each and every single one of them is special to me in their own way. And to like one more than the rest is to deny the art of anything equal pride. And I do take pride in everything that I make. If you were a Pokemon gym teacher, what type would you train? Like in the games I've played in the past, I don't focus on particular types. I use the ones I feel best using in battle. Prophetic Prose. How did it feel coming to the decision/realization this year that you were going to be charging for your art and vectors now? Not necessarily how you made the choice, but how did you feel realizing it was happening? It was honestly a difficult decision to make, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't normally like charging people for art I make, but with all the results that I've made so far, it's hard to think of a time that I didn't at one point. And I actually wish I did it sooner. Would you ever collab with Brawny Book, Deckard Spade, and Aeon of Dreams? All of them are interesting suggestions. If I had an opinion, I would say Brawny Book would be fun to work on videos since we both work in education, Deckard would be great to review a game with, and Aeon would be fun to discuss magical powers. All of them are good options. The Watchful Pony. What's a concept or prosperities you'd like to see in a movie/movies? A decent Warhammer 40k movie, and with the upcoming release of The Lord Inquisitor and Death of Hope, that may just happen yet. Is Summer Sketch best Radish, yes or no?
Papa Ed, can I borrow your first act, please?
Why?
Oh, no reason. I just wanna hold it.
Okay, Summer, I'll make you a deal. If you can get it off the wall, you can borrow it.
Yay! Okay, thanks, Papa.
Kids, you gotta love them. Draco Lupine. I know I am punting the subject, but am I bugging you? Get it? Because I'm a changeling. 𝐒𝐤𝐚𝐬344. Are you a fan of the Fallout series? Not really. Prefer Elder Scrolls. Metacruz Coravius. If you could have anything you want from your childhood, what would it be? Bring back Bertha. What is your opinion on Flash Sentry X Twilight?
Someone's been in the hand of the void!
He won't call back. Irish John. Do fish know that they're wet? If you stay awake all night, would you still have morning breath? Okay, next is... now. Summer? How did you even get that off the wall? Okay, never mind. Point is, that thing is way too heavy for you to use. It weighs as much as you do, for corn's sake. Look, just put it back near the desk and don't touch the blade or else it'll... Okay, part of me feels responsible for this. But at the same time, I warned you. Okay, Summer, you just stay there and I'll help melt you out after I finish these questions, okay? Okay, be back in a bit. Rosie Sievers. If you met any voice actor in MLP or any other cartoon, anime or film, who would you like to meet? Every time sis, best question. And that would be, of course, Scott McNeil. 𝐒𝐤𝐚𝐽. What is your favourite holiday tradition? I would say Christmas time we open one present before we go to sleep on Christmas Eve. Have you seen Godzilla? If so, what do you think of it? Not enough Godzilla in the movie for me to even enjoy it. Kenny Vargas. What is your favourite video game and favourite system to play it on with? Okay, well, favourite game to play on Xbox 360 was always Halo Reach. Bella Pink Savage. How many cookies can you eat? What is your favourite line to use of Warhammer 40k? What is your favourite mythical creature? Dragons. Favourite pizza?
Extra thick!
The DT Channel Studio. What is like to celebrate Christmas in your opinion? Well, usually it was like any other day really. My family didn't really do anything overly exciting. However, having said that, 2018 Crimson came to celebrate with my family and we did so much we hardly had time to spend in the house. And the last one is Andrea Woodruff. What is your favourite episode of each season? I know when I answer this I'm gonna get others saying can you do reviews on the ones that you've listed? But whatever. Season 1, Winter Wrap Up. Season 2, Read It and Weep. Season 3, Keep Calm and Flutter On. Season 4, Testing 1 2 3. Season 5, Castle Sweet Castle. Season 6, Dungeons and Discord. Season 7, Fame and Misfortune. And finally Season 8, Surf and or Turf. So that is the individual questions sorted out by now. But for the next set, I'm going to need a creative future evil overlord to answer them.
Frigid, just stop, okay? For the last time, I'm not including any of the questions you've asked.
Oh, come on. Why not?
Because if I did, I'm pretty sure that the entire fandom would have a slow, painful death.
I disagree. But explain to me how asking would you ever be covered in chocolate pudding to cosplay a milkshake would be a bad idea.
You really want to go there? Ow, clipboard. What was that for? Can't you just tell me when you need me?
Well, I could have, but then I wouldn't have been able to hear you make cute noises then, would I?
Buck up.
Anyway, it's that time again, babe, where we answer the questions sent in to both of us. And as usual, there's a lot of them. Okay, so first is Gacha Workshop. What was the best and least favourite thing you've ever done with Crimson?
Yeah, that's a good question. What were your least and most favourite?
Well, in all honesty, the favourite moments with you far outweigh the bad ones between us. But for an actual answer to that question, honestly, it's the distance to travel. I mean, you're more than worth anything I have to go through to be with you again, babe. But I just want there to be a time where we don't have to travel half a world away to see each other.
Yeah, that's fair. I would like to take that step with you, but there's a lot that has to be done first before taking that step.
Unfortunately true, but I do like to see it as something that we can both look forward to.
Most cherished moment you two have had this past year? I think mine would be meeting up with you in your own country, and just walking around while holding hands and talking.
Oh, babe. Do I answer? Well, I guess in that case then, I'm gonna have to say the time I came to visit you in the summer, and we got to spend time with each other for 2 weeks and lots of others in the fandom. Speaking of which, I still haven't finished editing that video.
Though second was looking at that orange pirate's sick abs. Oh, you could grind meat on them. What? What's the thing that the other does that you don't like? Probably whenever he writes for me without talking to me first, and then he makes me sound like a conceited person, which I could list a few of them, but the only one is that it's just irritating.
Where does it say that in the script?
I made sure to delete all the worst parts and add the parts to actually sound like me.
Well, if we're going on those lines of things, then I'll say the one thing that doesn't click with you and me is the fact that my OCD likes everything to have a place and can be nice and tidy. Whereas with you, you just put things anywhere you can place them.
It has a place. It just so happens that that place is on the floor with the rest of the dirty clothes pile.
I bought you a bag up for us to put the clothes in.
Which bag? You gave me like 8 for the same clothes that I had just worn.
Do you two have a favourite anime to watch? Well, for me, I'm going to go for when you came over and we watched the new Netflix rendition of Castlevania. Also, to those who are interested in watching it, Richard Armitage as Trevor Belmont kicks ass.
Also, we really got into Black Butler though, all 3 seasons plus the movie, and soon I'll be having him in a Sebastian Michaelis cosplay.
To be fair, I wouldn't mind doing that.
Comment below who you think I should cosplay as.
Do you have a favourite video game you two play? Well, funny that you say that because it's thanks to this mare right here that I am now massively addicted to the Reignited trilogy of Spyro. And when you were over here, we had quite a fun time just looking at how ridiculously fun it can be.
I don't really play a lot of video games, honestly, but I'd say that my favorites would be Guild Wars 2 and Monster Prom. Now here's an interesting question for you two. If you could ship any 2 characters, who would it be? It's no secret for me, Rarity and Big Mac. There's some story elements that might be interesting to put them together with, but there is also EQG, Rarajack, it's fun.
Me, I'm not that much of a shipper. However, if I was given the chance, I'd say Lyra and Thunderlane.
Really? Huh. That's odd of you. I would have pegged you as a Libon shipper.
Hey, I got nothing against same-sex relationships, but there's something about them two and the way that they act that just clicks to me.
I can respect that. What's the next question?
Okay, so next is Wait, you're asking questions on this? How did the booty get so squishy?
Because I got a new!
Get off my rear!
Did you share your inspiration of art or social media? I honestly don't understand the question. I post my works in progress on Twitter or Instagram, if it's not a commission or just on Patreon.
Me, on the other hoof, I post my work when it's finished on DeviantArt and then link it on my Twitter. Trey Evans. What do you think of humans in Equestria? Would you and Crimson want to meet your OCs?
My OC would be very annoyed with my IRL self. She'd probably be very confused by the prospect of fingers and toes.
And you'd probably argue between which one of you has got the bigger butt.
No, that's just Secret and I.
Well, if it was my OC, then that would mean that I'd just be meeting me. And I can hardly stand myself sometimes, so being around myself for a certain amount of time, I would hate myself. I sometimes wonder how you're able to cope with me.
It's a question that I ask every day. To both the editor and Crimson, which 6 Pokemon would you have and in real life, no legendaries? Mytina, Arcanine, Lucario, Eevee, Shinx, and Feebas.
Blaziken, Infernape, Gyarados, Donphan, Gardevoir, and Metagross. DJ Silverwing, which love song would fit you in Crimson?
Where you look, where you laugh, where you love with all you have. There ain't nothing about you that don't do something for me.
What are you two planning on doing in 2019? We're planning on going to BronyCon 2019, the very last BronyCon, and hopefully staying together for Christmas. We are not a very exciting couple.
Equestrian Guy 637. Question for Ed and Crim. If it does come to the point, what would your ideal honeymoon be? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't even think we've talked about that, have we?
Not really. My favorite idea would be staying in bed, eating our favorite food for a week, and making a pillow fort.
So, what we do for the first 2 to 3 days whenever we go out anywhere?
Yeah, it's fun, it's cheap, it's easy, and we don't really have any required dress code for anything.
Charming. Personally though, since you and me are both into Greek mythology and I've been to so many Greek islands already, I'd like to take you back to a few of them so that we can experience the culture together.
Wow, that's a lot more romantic. Then again, I am a very simple person. For both Editor and Crimson, if you played D&D, what class, race, and alignment would you pick?
Well, I do actually play D&D weekly on the Watchful Ponies Twitch stream of his D&D series, Questions, on Saturdays. Go watch him on Twitch and see us there. And I play a Tiefling Warlock, and if I'm at all honest with you, he's quite OP compared to the other characters that I'm with.
I've actually taken a test of what I would be IRL, which apparently is a human paladin with a lawful good alignment. It's kind of funny. What are you laughing at?
Yeah. You serious?
You shut your face. Shut your face right now. If I had to pick for my character, though, she'd be a Delphier, necromancy / rogue with an alignment towards lawful evil. What can I say? My characters are usually edgy in some way.
Nelson Demifair. Where would you two go first with all around the world trip and wherever Crimson is not, as an opinion because she's going with you? Again, I'm going to say Greece because of mythology that we both enjoy.
Greek, Romania, Puerto Rico, Portugal, Spain, Mexico, and Hawaii. I could go on.
My question would be, why so many places?
Some of them are part of my ancestry, others I just want to.
And the last question is going to go to Gold Yoshi. Dear Mr. the Editor, what is the minimum number of children you expect to have with Crimson?
Wait. I'm sorry, expect?
We discussed this months ago on settling for 2, didn't we?
Yes, because if you want any more than that, then you're having them.
I'm an earth pony, not a seahorse. But yeah, that ends another Q&A, and once again, my friends, thank you so much for all the love and support I've received from each and every single one of you over the years. So, Crimson, thank you for being a part of my journey with me. Thank you for being so supportive and a great inspiration in my life and in the Brony fandom. I love you, baby.
Aww, thank you, baby. I love you too.
Well then, I guess the only other thing left to say now is, I'm the Editor.
And I am your future evil overlord, Crimson Glow.
And cut, that's a wrap.
Wait, babe, did you leave the faucet running?
Remember, I call them taps.
Mama Crimson, Papa Ed, let me play with the frost axe. And now my butt is frozen.
Clipboard!
Yeah, about that.
Are you feeling better, my sweet little sunflower?
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you, Mama. But, you sure Dad will be okay?
Oh, don't worry about him. He'll thaw out, eventually.